Hi, welcome to Paleo Greenbird. This is Greenbird, and today's Flintknapping 101 video is going to cover tools. So you decided you want to start flintknapping. After learning all the safety precautions, the next thing you're going to need to do is to acquire some tools. You can do this a couple of different ways. You can purchase them, you can trade them, you can make them, you can find them. So that's what we're going to talk about today. The first group of tools I have here is, these are modern tools, and these are copper billets, or boppers. They're referred to both ways. And basically all these are copper plumbing caps that are filled about 2/3 of the way with lead and then glued onto some sort of a handle. All right. No, these are these are kind of nice ones. These are fancy ones, but they don't need to be. You can use any type of a hardwood that you find out that's available to you. Should be hardwood though, because you want something relatively heavy and something that can handle the vibrations and the abuse that you're going to give it. So those can easily be made. You can buy a set of these, or you can go to the plumbing store and you can buy these fittings for $5 or $6 a piece and then make them yourself. Safety glasses I have in here. I know this was in my safety video, but again, I consider this an integral tool that everyone should have. You'll see here what I have is a sandstone grinder. But if you don't want to purchase that, you can find a old busted grinder wheel that you can use, or some knife sharpeners, although I've had mixed results with those. They tend to just turn to dust, or even just a rough stone that you find around your natural location, whatever you have. Around here we have a lot of like slate and granite and stuff like that, but occasionally I can find some good stones to use for grinding, and I have done that when I've been out in the woods and haven't had all of my gear with me. And then a hand pad. This is going to be for all your pressure flaking. And this is a hand pad that I purchased. You can see the groove is starting to kind of wear out, but you can easily make this yourself, either with an old tire or whatever else you have laying on hand, or you can even make it out of wood. I've made them out of wood before. I've used the back of the cedar fences. You know how they have the one side is kind of rounded, and I've sawed a groove in there and then built up leather around it. It worked really well, actually. I was surprised how well it worked. Everyone on a lot of the flintknapping sites told me it wasn't going to work and it wasn't going to support, but it worked great for me. And then here's a pressure flaker. And this is just one that I purchased. It has a copper nail in it. You could easily make one of those. And broom handle, a pool cue, just a stick that you cut and that you drill in. You can put either a copper roofing nail. You can use ground wire, house ground wire. I think it's number 6. I don't recall. So you can make a lot of this stuff yourself. If you were to buy this, you're probably talking about 30 or 40 bucks for the billets, and maybe 20 bucks, 30 bucks for the rest of it. But you can make it much cheaper. You can make this entire kit for probably under 20 bucks, and that's what I would recommend doing. This is a leather pad that I use to protect my clothes. In theory, it protects your leg too, but you still feel it when you miss or when you hit your legs, so you might want to pad that a little if you want. And then over here I have my abo tools, or my my natural tools, and basically this is an antler tine that replaces the pressure flaker. You can find these in the woods, or you can find a rack and chop these off yourself. This right here is a billet. Basically this is where it connected to the skull of the deer. This is deer antler. And then you want to just round it off with a sander or whatever it is that you want to use. File. This is kind of small. This probably takes the place of this billet right here. But in theory, if I haven't already mentioned it, you almost don't even need this big one. You could get away with just having these 2 billets right here. I don't use this one very often, just when I'm breaking down really big spalls. This is like a 1 1/4, 1 1/2. I think this is a 1 1/2. I forget the exact measurements, but I think if you have a 3/4, like a 1 1/4. And a 3/4 inch or a 1/2 inch, you're probably fine. I think this is a 3/4 inch, but I can't remember. And then over here, again, to continue with my my abo tools, I have a couple hammer stones. These are just river stones. You can find these, any fast-flowing shallow river will have river stones, and they make really good hammer stones. And those replace the billets. Those replace the copper billets. They use them a little bit differently, but they're a ton of fun. So anyway, I told you I was going to keep these videos short, and I'm going to stay true to my word. So I hope this video helped you. If you like it, please subscribe, please share, And most importantly, I'd love to hear any of your comments in the comments if you have any specific questions, if you have any recommendations, and if you've tried and even made your own tools, tell me about it. Let me know what you did and what worked and what didn't work, and we can all help each other out. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video. Paleo Greenbird signing out.